Hey, I want to share the story of Shwahwuus and Qullhanamutsun. But I think to share this story, I don't think I should just be on the edge of the river. I think I should be in the river. What do you think? I think so. Hold on, here. Let's just move on over here. Come here. Come here. That's better, hey? That's better, hey? Because you know, this river, this river is who we are. You see it? See it all over there? It's who we are. And this one legend highlights that in a really big way. Okay, there's a nice log over here. I'm going to put you on it. What do you think about that? So, the legend of the Shwahwuus and Qullhanamutsun is one as old as we are. So, as you probably know, I'm here to share a Quw'utsun story from the Cowichan Tribes. And in that light, I need to highlight and exaggerate and repeat and let everybody know 100 times that these are not my stories, okay? These are legends of our tribe that run into time and time immemorial, all the way back. And so these are not my legends. I'm going to hand them to you. I'm going to share them with you, but they're not yours. They're the elders, they're ancestors, they're the ancestors. They're not mine. I only have this because elders were amazing enough to share these with me. Okay. Now that's out of the way. Let's get into it. So, as you know, we relied on the river probably since the very beginning. We harvest the salmon out of the river year after year after year. And that's what we eat. We eat it in all ways. Like the Quw'utsun have 100 ways to make eggs. We got 100 ways to make fish. So that was how we lived. And so year after year, we'd have our fishing weirs all the way up the river. We would harvest thousands and thousands of salmon every year. And so it was like the annual harvest, right? And so one year, there were all of the weirs all the way up the river ready for the big runs. But everybody was ready and everybody was waiting and the runs didn't arrive. They didn't know what was going on. So, and this was odd. The only time it had ever happened. Every year for thousands of years it had been on time. And so everybody headed out into the estuary, and on their way towards the estuary, could already be heard this loud crashing and this splashing, just echoing, all the way up the river. So everybody rushed down to see what it was, right? And there was a whale like nobody had ever seen, larger than the largest whale we'd ever had, well beyond imagination. And this whale had wedged its way up our estuary, just into the estuary, and blocked all of the fish from entering the river, and was eating them, thrashing in there, eating all the fish. And this is in a time where we had runs that were in the hundreds of thousands. So we're talking more fish than you can imagine, and a whale larger than you can ever imagine, all in one area, eating each other and rolling and rashing and thriving in the water. And it's red with the insides of those fish, and its eyes are all the way red, and it's angry, and it's this big angry whale. And all the people are watching this, wondering, what is this? What did we do? How can we fix this? Everybody's together. So what do? They get the warriors, right? You get your biggest, strongest warriors out there, and they go out and they go over to the whale and all of their canoes, and they go over towards the whale. And it's there, and it's thrashing and eating. They don't want to get too close, so they throw their harpoons. They start throwing massive harpoons that they use usually to harvest whales. And it hits the whale and just goes off, ping, ping. They can't do nothing to it. They're hitting it. They're throwing spears, harpoons, rocks, everything. It doesn't even notice. It's the most Quetzal whale that had ever been Quetzal in the history of Quetzal. You got that word now? Quetzal? Good. Hold on to that one. So it's all Quetzal. So they go back, oh, we can't do it. No, there's no way to get rid of it. So they go and they get the healers and the medicine people and the healers and the helpers and all those ones who use all of our songs and they use all the old ways and they get them all together and they work together for like 4 days. They do songs, they do dances, they do chants, they do feasts, they do offerings, they do everything as much as they can that they know how, and they summon our strongest ally, Shwahwuus. Oh, the Shwahwuus. It's this massive Thunderbird. It would be the size of, like a jet airplane. This thing is huge. And whenever it opens its eyes, lightning bolts come zapping out and thrash whatever it sees. It's got these big claws and it can fly really fast and go underwater. It can go up over mountains. It's epic. So they pray and they pray and they pray and they pray. And out comes Shwahwuus up over the mountain and swoops down into the bay. And people in the bay are watching as it just slams into this whale. And they're thrashing in the water, and you can like see whenever whenever it opens, whenever it opens its eyes, there's these like lightning into the whale, and it's thrashing, and they're both smashing, but nobody wins. They keep going under. It keeps yanking the Shwahwuus under the water, and they're under, and then they come up, and eventually, exhausted, the Shwahwuus just flies up out of the water, getting all the water and all that off of it, up into the air, and goes above the whale, circling, and then comes down and grabs that whale in one swoop and flies off with it. And the whale's still thrashing and smashing and trying to fight, and it's using its like electricity eyes and prying that whale, and there's this big like war up high over the mountain, over top of what you now know is like Zuhela Mountain, but that's a whole other story. But it's up over top of the mountain, thrashing and smashing, and it lets the whale go on top of the mountain, and the whale's there smashing and thrashing, and it dies top of the mountain. And Shwahwuus flies around the whale, flies around the mountain, flies around the village, and flies off, letting everybody know work is all the way done now. We don't have to worry about the whale. And so our ancestors knew how to work with the animals here, even the Shwahwuus. So remember Shwahwuus, lightning eyes. I think of these things and I think of all the Quw'utsun legends, like Hercules and like Thor and all these other ones. And those are cool. These are cool too. These are freaking cool. And some of them are mind-blowingly awesome, just like this one. So we should learn more of them because, wow, listen to that. That happened because of this river. We need to eat from this river. That's why I'm in it. I'm standing in it because you need to know how we're so connected into this. This is who we are. Generations of my ancestors have walked in this like water, and the ancestors that were able to summon the Shwahwuus were also in this water, in this river, thousands of years ago. This is who we are. There you go. I hope you really enjoyed that. Oh, I gotta go dry off.